So when I first saw it, I'm like, you know me, I don't like to get trapped in words and phrases and branding. I'm like, is that just a new way to cook? Because it says cask strength right on it.
Yeah.
That's just a new way to label their cask strength. Get me to try something that's not different, not new, right? Oh, there's people cursing and yelling, I'm sure.
I'm not even like that. Willet's not all that.
Sitting in the chairs again.
So we're back here again.
Yeah.
You like the spot?
We're going to mix it up a little bit, but we'll get into that.
All right.
So everything
Always
good
something
now?
new?
Always something new. Just trying to shake things up and give people a little mix of the crowd.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
So yeah, let's get into it.
All right, let's do it.
I'm Tom.
I'm Derrick.
That's Derrick. Welcome to the cave. So we're going to get into this bottle here, and we're going to introduce a new segment, this or that.
Okay.
And I'll get into that a little bit later, but you'll be trying something later that you don't know what it will be in the glass, and there'll be two of them, and we'll figure out whether you like this or that.
Well, you can't fail.
It's whiskey, man. It's whiskey. It's like pizza, right? I mean, you like some pizza better than others,
Sure.
but it's still pizza. So, yeah, we survived the blizzard of 26.
Near miss, yeah.
Although New Hampshire really didn't. We had a little bit of wind.
Wind, a little bit of snow.
Some drifting.
Wasn't too bad.
8 inches you get?
I didn't get that. 5.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, some places it was none.
Yeah.
You know, in other places it was 7, but it wasn't bad.
Well,
yeah.
TF Green in Rhode Island, they broke the blizzard of 78 record.
John's oldest daughter was in Providence for the weekend. They had to spend an extra day.
Yeah. Rhode Island is not used to getting this much snow. No.
Well, there are people still haven't been plowed out yet. Like the road is still impassable.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, I think I could be wrong, but I think there are some towns, Fall River might be one of them, are still under do not drive ban.
Yeah.
So I was actually in Malden today, so that's, North Shore, northern Boston, if you will. And there was a fair amount of roads that were still all just snow covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm good with that. It's snowed enough.
Yeah. We've gotten a shit ton of snow this year.
We have.
No question about that. Pour some
Benny,
man.
Let's do it.
So I come across this bottle not that long ago, and obviously intrigued me, but we've had our share of Highland Park cask strength. So this is a Highland Park single malt Scotch, and this also happens to be cask strength. And neither of you or I have had this before. The new release from Highland Park. We've had a few editions of their cask strength. So if you're familiar with Highland Park, the standard Highland Park, the 12-year, ultimately it's pretty perceived that their cask strength release is just a variation of the 12-year, non-age stated, straight from the barrel, right? Whether it's 12-year stuff, whether it's 10-year stuff married with 13-year stuff, who knows? They don't age state it, but it's for simple terms, it's a cask strength variation of that. But they source a lot of the barley, not necessarily from the island they're on, but it could come from the Highlands or what have you. So when I come across this is if you notice, this is heather.
Yes.
Right. So when I first saw it, I'm like, you know me, I don't like to get trapped in words and phrases and branding. I'm like, is that just a new way to cook? Because it says cask strength right on it.
Yeah.
Is that just a new way to label their cask strength? Get me to try something that's not different, not new, right? But I bought it anyway. I mean, I knew I would have. We'll do the homework later. Well, I'm happy to learn that it is different. This is all heather, and we'll get into a little bit of what heather is in comparison. And all the peat comes from the island of Orkney. Orkney.
So local.
So it's all local. Unlike their regular cask strength, is not all peated whiskey. It's a blend of non-peated whiskeys and peated whiskeys. Oh. And it's not necessarily not all from the island or islands.
I can smell the peat.
Can you? Okay.
Now it's starting to waft up.
So once I started learning that, I'm like, So for those who've had Highland Park, I don't think most people call it peaty, but I think they call it earthy.
Earthy, yeah.
And I think it lays more to, I think what a lot of times people traditionally think Scotch tastes like.
Yeah, and if it's just a blend of a little bit of peated Scotch, that makes sense.
Yes.
It's just something else with it. This would be, well, nose, I think this is This is significantly peaty on the nose.
Good. I'm looking forward.
I
to
don't
that.
spell peat pretty much anymore. So
And we're also kind of drinking a different kind of peat. So we're used to most peated scotches coming from the island of Islay, right? And they tend to give you those classic, smoke, barbecue, fire pit. And we've gotten into deep variations, but for some of those who get iodine or medicinal, that kind of stems from that island. Looking at you, Lefroy. Where heather, so I'm no florist, but you've seen images of Scotland and you've seen all those pretty little low purple flowers just kind of running the landscape. Heather. Okay. And they grow really good on the peat. So, and they say that because this is all heather, it's less briny, or I'm being told. So I'll have my own opinion. Less maritime, more floral, a little bit more fruity, yet still peaty.
Yep.
So I'm kind of looking forward to trying that.
So how are we doing this?
Well, you're nosing it. What do you think on the nose so far?
Well, I don't know if you want me to say anything, or you want to go unhindered by my
you've
opinion.
You've been nosing this for a minute, so go ahead. I'll nose, and you tell me what you like.
No, I think they did a pretty good job. But they don't always the marketing copy doesn't always match up. Smoky, less salty, not floral, but more evergreen, more outdoorsy.
So I get it. I am getting the floral, but I'm kind of getting it in a magic marker form.
But it's like the springtime growth, not the before. Although actually, with the blooming of the flowers,
it noses robust or thick.
Yes.
So Highland Park, you know how they got their name?
I do not.
If you had to guess.
Castle or keep?
No. Well, glad you let me put you on the spot a little bit. So you got your 5 regions of Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Highland being a pretty dominant region of Scotland.
Yep.
And this is by definition in Highland when it comes to region of Scotland's, but it's not in the terms of region. So there's 5 regions of Scotland. You got the Isle, the Campbelltown, the Lowlands, the Speyside, and the Highlands. The islands, by definition, in terms of the 5 categories of Scotch, tend to fall in the Highlands. They just kind of, you go here.
Lump them all together.
Some of us Scotch people like, and I include myself in that, I like to call the islands, right? So Jura, for example, Talisker, right? I don't call Talisker a Highland Scotch. Well, Highland Park, islands of Orkney, it's like 70 islands, only 20 of them are have actually people and not, some variation of,
one guy and some sheep.
Some sheep, exactly. A very, very windy climate.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I've been there, but and it was high land at one point.
Mm-hmm.
The distillery was from high of the land in that area.
Yeah, up on the mountain.
Up on a hill, right? So it had no correlation to the region of Scotland, Highlands. But I would think, and even myself, when I first started drinking Scotch, I just assumed, Highland Park, it's a Highland whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's the fun debate. Is it an island whiskey?
Yep.
Is it a Highland whiskey? Or is it an Orkney whiskey? And I actually like to say it's an Orkney whiskey, which
most people know what you're talking about.
No, yeah, it's just islands very north off of Scotland, and there's only 2 distilleries up there. This is Scapa.
So there's no people.
This is no people. Correct. Yes. I think there's like 25,000 people on the islands completely. All of them put together.
Yeah.
Add it all up. So
you don't get to see many strangers, I bet. It's the same folk every day.
I think that's right. There might be more people than Islay, though. I think there's only like 3,500, 3,800 people on Islay.
Really?
Yeah. Whew.
That is cask strength.
Whew. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's done well. 63.6.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it is.
I'm not gonna be able to taste what we want me to try next.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Selection was chose wisely. And not a pair back-to-back whiskeys. I've done it once or twice. Peated, yes, but not peated in the traditional mindset.
No, I would say I get peated on the nose. I don't necessarily get peated in the flavor profile.
No, I don't either. It goes back to that earthy tenor.
And I would even say this is more Speyside sweetness than even earthy. And that may be where the heather is sweetening it up.
It is. It's got that first initial spot on the tongue is super sweet.
Yeah.
Super sweet.
I would be really interested in trying this at a more reasonable proof.
Yeah.
And see how much of that sweetness now carries all the way through. Because on the finish, it's very proofy.
Well, I'm probably a little guilty of taking too big of a sip.
It's spicy.
You know, I just took a smaller sip, a Smipper Mahler, and
I think a smaller sip.
It's a flavor bomb, though.
It's rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is. It goes from super sweet to spicy.
Mm.
And spicy in both terms of spicy, as in like seasoning and hot.
Yeah. I only got a little proofiness on the nose when I really kind of huffed it.
I didn't really get any proof on the nose. There's not much description on here. Just cast strength and drink responsibly.
Yeah.
QR code. You want any details? QR code. Everything's a QR code these days. So I don't want to hear too much about it, but initial thoughts, good? Your initial thumbs up, thumbs down, meh?
It's good. You could have backed it off a little bit.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. Now, granted, that's what it came out as, but
yeah.
it's hot. One is enough.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm I don't mind a proofy whiskey. I guess I'm with you. I'd like to see if it was dialed back a tad.
Well, I don't mind a proofy whiskey, but I don't think I would enjoy multiple ones of these. They just kind of burn me out.
All right. Well, we have to tap your brakes on this.
Yeah, I'll hold my other thoughts
because we're gonna do perfect because we're gonna break segment. I'm gonna pour 2 glasses of something blind, and you're gonna find out which one you prefer, and
sounds like fun.
We'll go from there.
Cool.
So
let's do it.
We'll be back in a moment.
Cool.
Little this or that.
Okay.
So I've got two whiskeys in here, right? You don't know whether they're Scotch, bourbon, rye. The only thing that your hint right now is their whiskey.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
So the object of this is just to let me know you can sample them, nose them both, right? And just get into it relatively quickly in terms of I like this one better. You can talk about the nose, you can talk about the thing, but then dial into which one you like, and then I'll ask you questions.
Do you have a bet?
Do I have a bet?
So you can't tell, but
yes,
this has like one ring on the top of the little topper, and this has got like 4 rings. So this is the
I do have a bet.
You know which is which. You're not going to say,
but I'm not going to say anything.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I'm just going to play along.
Okay.
So what are you getting into?
One ring.
I'm just going to sit here and listen, I suppose. So I had fun picking these two out. So I think this will be a fun little treat for the audience.
Sweet, lots of bourbon tendencies. A little sour.
So one of these hasn't. I don't know if it's. I wouldn't necessarily call it a new release. I just don't think it's been around for a while.
Well, my first pass is probably American. sweet, a little spicy. Got some rye in there. It's got some spearmint to it.
You're on. You keep on one ring.
Yep. Speed round.
Ooh, I'm with you on the spearmint.
Probably higher proof. Whatever the second one is.
Okay.
Rich, but not as sweet. Take a small sip now that I know that it's proofy.
You got a guess on that proof?
Yeah, 10% less than that last one.
Like 125 in comparison to. I mean, you didn't scream that one was proofy.
Yeah, I mean like 105.
Okay. So one. You like one better.
Yes.
Okay. So now that you've locked that in, and I kind of felt like you got there fairly quickly. Am I wrong? I mean, you tend to make decisions like that.
Oh, which one I like?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this was at first pass. This was the best one, and then I took 2 sips of this one, went back, and like that one.
Okay. So
I like the initial flavor profile of this one the best.
First off, what do you talk about the one on your right? What do you think you're drinking?
Some kind of rye. Not all rye, but some kind of rye bourbon.
I did get the spearmint with you, totally. Whether you were, mind screwing me or not, I don't know. And I'm still getting the spearmint, so I'm totally with you on that. What do you think you're drinking over here?
Some form of just cask strength bourbon.
Do you feel, and this is a matter of opinion, and obviously, admittedly coming from more of a Scotch-leaning whiskey person, do you feel like all cask strength bourbon is the same? You have a little bit of that mentality, or no?
I think all bourbon's the same. So yeah, I guess all cask strength bourbon's the same.
Okay.
I mean, I think some of them are probably. I think the processes for some of them make them smoother than others.
So you think you're drinking some variation of American rye bourbon rye?
I think so. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Do you have any guesses on any H statement or?
American is so hard.
It is a little all over the board.
Yeah. Also, I don't think they're the same proof, or at least they don't taste like the same proof. So if they are the same proof, I would say this is the older one because this is smoother.
Okay,
for me.
So they're not the same proof. I'll give you that hint right there. They're actually, one of them is an extremely sought after bottle. The other one is the very affordable variation of it.
Okay,
but I did a very poor job in the segment and having the bottles handy to my left, so I've got to go get them.
Did I like the affordable one or the hard to get after one?
He liked the affordable
I
one.
thought so.
Yes, you liked the affordable one. One that people beat themselves up over. You did not like. So let's.
What is it?
Give me a second. I'm going to reveal.
Okay. Well, you couldn't have them out because then I would know what they were. Oh, it's the same thing.
So I'll show you what you did like.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 4-year Purple Top. Coming in 126.6.
Right.
This is now available in the New Hampshire liquor stores. It hasn't been in a while. Not this variation.
I've seen it. I have seen it in the cabinets lately.
Not the 4-year. You've seen the 9-year in the cabinets.
Oh, okay.
For that $300 price tag.
Yes.
So you're drinking $80 whiskey and $300 whiskey.
Yeah, and then give me those numbers. Like this is 10 times the better option.
126 proof.
Yep.
Change. 132.2.
They're pretty close.
I will admit they drank. The 132 really did feel 15, 18 more proof points higher,
which is weird. I would have. Logic dictates that the extra aging would have mellowed some of that out.
Yeah, and it definitely changed the profile because I didn't get the spearmint, if you will, on the 9-year.
So yeah, we're just burning me out. So right here tonight.
I don't think I've ever said this before.
So are they the same year?
No. So I mean, I've had this. Matter of fact, I just cracked this. I've been sitting on this the 9-year Purple Top for 4 years. This is actually a New Hampshire
pricey night.
New Hampshire, yeah. This is actually a New Hampshire barrel pick.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't know what year I got it. I've had it for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
This I just picked up
because you saw it.
Because I saw it. Yeah, of course. And that's what gave me the idea to entrap you into
So 4 and
drinking.
4 and 9.
Yeah. And $220 apart.
Mm. Oh, with just interest, that's a lot more than that now.
Yeah. So I don't think I've ever thought I was going to say this, but you're a cheap date.
In this particular case.
If it comes to wine, steak dinners, or scotch, not the case. So that's our this is that. This or that. I don't know which one was this and which one was that, but you were a fan of the.
And you know what? This is probably sacrilege to a lot of people, but
there's people cursing and yelling, I'm sure.
I'm not even like that. Willet's not all that.
Yeah, well, in full defense, he's not. He's going to shit on a lot of bourbon in general. He's a bougie Scotch guy, and not that I'm not, but I do have my appreciation for bourbon. So for me, I actually do like the 9 year better.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not digging that spearmint that I was getting. That's almost a no-fly zone for me. And I just thought this was just more robust. I actually did think it was more refined. I think it had a little more substance to it. But everybody's wines are a little bit different.
Would probably normally tell you I wouldn't want spearmint either. But I didn't get any. I just got hit with a freight train here of no distinction. Where at least this had like the initial flavor was different than the finish. For me,
yeah. I mean, I do get. I'm getting a little mint on it, but it's just it's more subtle and just more well put together, in my opinion. But there you go. You don't always need to spend the big bucks. You can.
And I have actually given bourbons, like the 50% of the ones we've had lately, I've given decent marks.
Decent marks.
From
a bar set here.
Hey.
All right. So that's our this or that. We'll set up. We'll go back to the heather.
Okay.
So now you get it. Now you know why I matched the proof.
Yeah.
Right.
He's trying to get me drunk.
Yeah. I'm not trying to do that. We're trying to be responsible, but we're taking 30-minute breaks between segments. But we'll get a Whiskey Cave take on the Highland Park heather and go from there.
Let's do it. So I was thinking about that question you asked me about my opinion on cask strength bourbons. And I really started having appreciation for bourbons with Booker's.
Yes.
Which is cask strength.
Yep.
And I do really enjoy that. But other than that, probably not. I've had a more negative opinion of cask strength bourbons, probably.
So I think you're right, because now that think about my recent recall with you on cask strength, anything American, you do tend to ruffle your nose a little. So do you on Scotch? Whether you do on this particular bottle, maybe independent.
I might actually.
Yeah.
I think a lot of cask strengths, I can appreciate the richness of the initial flavor profile, but I don't enjoy having more than a few sips.
So I guess to some degree I would agree. I've always said the sweet spot is like 110, maybe even 115 proof, at least for my preference. I just find that things that I sample within that range often give me that proper balance of full profile flavor.
Yep.
Without just being too hot,
Yeah, I would say that it's more the exception of a cask strength that I really would go back to the well with.
Yeah. Well, you kind of even said it here, that you wish you could try this.
Yeah. I think this would be. I would enjoy this at 86 or 92 better, I think.
Yeah. Oh, you're back in your homeland?
This is just so much better than the Willet. And in comparison, nowhere near as hot.
It's not. That's a true statement. Yeah, they're all in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
This doesn't. Again, the camera's going to prove me wrong on my first sip of this, because I knew right out the gate we were drinking something proofy. But in comparison, I think this goes down a lot smoother.
So kind of with all that said, that kind of analysis from my perspective is that this is great for the experience. So you got you got a number of people you want to have them try something they haven't had before, a really unique flavor profile. Great for that experience. But it would be like, I need this like every couple of years. I don't need this that frequently.
No, definitely good perspective there. Following in with our whiskey take here. It is, and I'm glad to experience this bottle. I'll do it again someday. It's definitely not something I would pull off the shelf on a regular basis. Like I say, once a year.
Yeah, like if you had someone new show up and they're like, oh, a huge fan of Highland Park.
Absolutely.
Pour them a little dab of this, like they never had it before. That's it's a great experience to share.
Yeah. And good note there. If you are a Highland Park fan, this is totally in your wheelhouse.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I mean this is everything Highland Park.
And I think I would really enjoy this toned down a little bit.
Yeah. I don't think it's the sherry bomb so much as the regular cask strength, though. Like I recall that the regular cask strength being a sherry flavor bomb, and this is a flavor bomb, and it is sherry, but
is it 100%?
No, and the other one's not disclosed either, so you don't really know. But
so they might
I think this is.
They may have mixed the ratio a little bit.
Yeah, I just think this leans a little bit more floral than the traditional. And again, obviously, yes, a little bit more peaty, but I don't really get it on the finish. It's all up front.
Yeah, no, I don't get any peat in the flavor profile at all.
Yeah,
just on the nose.
Yeah,
and it's too spicy.
So there's another good take. Then this is actually a good intro to peat.
Yeah, people will be like, "Oh, I smell it, but I don't really
taste it." Yeah,
but I like peat when it brings out all those subtle flavors.
Yes,
and this is missing a lot of those subtle flavors. From my perspective, I think because of the cask.
This is more. I'm not a peat fan. Peated whiskey. This is what you'll like. This is not a smoky barbecue, fire pit, or any of that variation at all.
I think if you watered this one down, it would be more of a light and flowery and fruity. Yes. It would have it would bring out more of those tones.
Yeah.
Now I'm really disappointed. I don't have the option of the version.
So what'd you think of the this or that? Getting into something blind.
I enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured you would.
And there's no losing. Which one did I like better?
Well, I think that's the beauty of it, right? You're highlighting something. Everybody feels like they got to go out and get the Blanton, so to speak, right? I'd be curious to
Well, you definitely threw me for a loop. I didn't expect it to be the same whiskey.
Right. Yes.
Just different versions of the same whiskey.
Yeah.
Although that is a good.
Well, it's a good one, right? Because you're getting I suppose a real person's perspective. When all PR correct there, person's perspective on the differential between the $80 variant and the $300 variant. And by the way, that's $300 as an MSRP perspective,
as if you can find it,
not a secondary perspective.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, we'll do this. I'll set you up for another this or that next go around.
Any hints what we do next week?
I'll figure something out. We'll surprise you.
Cool.
Any recommendations? Throw in the comments. So if you like the this or that, throw it in the comments. Let us know. If you got any suggestions for the this and that, or at least conceptual suggestions, we'll give it a go. And actually, I'm gonna get involved.
You're gonna get involved in what?
They're gonna be blind for me too.
Oh, there you go.
So I'll have my own opinion on this or that.
A third party pourer.
A third party pourer. Yeah, undisclosed.
How are we going to know what they are after the fact?
Oh, there's a way to notate that.
All right, you're going to get a cue card or something?
Cue card or something. Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Right.
We're not going to let semantics get in our way, right? That'd be stupid. Hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Tom.
I'm Derrick.
Derrick. We're the Whiskey Cave. Just two guys enjoying some whiskey. We'll see you next time.
Bye.